One of the killer use cases for AI is to help you write content in the form of blogs or articles for your brand, business, or project. Now, most tools are either tricky to use or they don't actually give you the quality of writing that you need. So I wanted to do a video today on Article Hero, which is a tool that's very easy to use and actually gives you very good outputs with a bunch of cool features too. So let's jump in. When you first log in, you're going to come through a short series of onboarding screens, which is going to help the app understand the type of articles that you want it to create for you. So it has some additional context, and you're going to land on the articles tab here. Now you can see I've already got 2 articles written here and they're completed, but not published. Now we're going to start from scratch. We're going to hop over to the left-hand side and click into the ideas tab. Now you can see you have 2 distinct sections here. We have no brand. We don't have any unbranded article ideas, and we have shiny technologies with 2 article ideas down here. Now, the difference is here, which I just want to cover quickly because it's quite important, is if you click on brands, you can actually create a brand with a logo, a name, a web address. This could be for your business, an about section to help the AI understand what your business is about, and the writing style that you want to achieve. So in this case, casual, friendly, educational, like talking with a friend at a 5th grade reading level, okay? Now, whenever you go to the ideas tab now, and we're going to go and create a new idea, we can now describe the article that we want, and afterwards we can apply that brand to our article before it gets created, okay? But don't be confused. Let's start with a brand new idea. Now, I want to write an article that explains the concept. And we can type probably concept of vibe coding for beginners. Okay, now you're going to press create article ideas. And in no time, we're going to have a list of potential article idea titles that you might want to select. So for example, we're going to go with vibe coding explained. What is vibe coding? Start here. And maybe you want to do another one, which is start vibe coding, tips, tools, and examples, okay? Now down here, you can see we can actually select our brand now and then press save article ideas. It's gonna add the 3 that we selected underneath the 2 that we already had. And now for the next part, we can hover over either one of these to actually start creating the article. So I think we're gonna go with what is vibe coding, start here. If you're visiting this for the first time, you can see you've got a tooltip here to help you understand what's going on this screen. But the long and short of it is, it's quite simple. You've got an article title, which you're free to change, which is pulled over from our idea. We've got a primary keyword and phrase input, and then the article description, which is going to be an overview of what you want to have included in the article. So for speed, we're just going to press create with AI on both of these and see what it comes up with. Okay, this is the primary keyword. And then the article description is going to be this. This article introduces the readers to the concept of vibe coding, explaining what it means and how it's used in various tech and creative contexts. It will define the term, explore its origins, and discuss how vibe coding differs from traditional coding practices, focusing on emphasis on mood, collaboration, and creative flow. Okay, that's good. Let's go now and press find competitors. Now, in this stage, the competitors page helps you understand what other content is already ranking for your topic, okay? So if we press find competitors, which we're going to use 1 credit for, is going to go and search the internet and bring back some data for us. Okay, here we go. We've got vibe coding explained, which is a Google result. We've got IBM, Wikipedia, Medium, Reddit, Technology Review, and then Replit and Cloudflare down here, which is great. There's already some good content, so we can take inspiration from these blog posts and see if we can take some of the traffic. Now let's press get title ideas. And we're going to come through to this page. This is now going to generate some title ideas for us. Let's press this and use another credit. It's going to analyze the competitors and it'll give us a list of 10 plus title suggestions based off of the new information that it has. Again, we're going to choose one of these. Maybe you want to change from 0 to vibe coding, your first steps. Vibe coding explained in plain English might be a good one, but let's just stick with, actually, let's change. Let's go with vibe coding 101, start in 5 minutes. Sounds good to me. Now we're going to move on to the next page, which is creating the structure of the article. This is going to be using the title, keyword, description, and competitor research. See, we've got some more context now to add. An article hero will suggest a clear, well-organized structure for your post. This includes headings, subheadings, designed to cover the topic more thoroughly, etc., etc. Okay, let's do the same. Let's generate this structure for another credit. Okay, now we have a structure for our blog post. Now note, this text isn't going to be the final text that's going to be generated for your blog post. This is going to explain to you what's going to go in each section. So if you look here, vibe coding is a rising approach in the tech and creative sectors. And you can see this section says it will provide a clear definition of vibe coding. This part will describe how vibe coding senses and developments team mood. Actually, this is, I think, the intro, whereas these sections are actually going to explain what's going to go in each section, okay? Focus on mood, creativity, and flow. This section explains the entry requirements for vibe coding, okay? And et cetera, through the rest of the structure. Now, you can actually change this just by clicking on and obviously typing. You can delete a section, or you can add in more just by pressing the plus, or rearranging these sections by clicking and dragging. We're going to leave it as is and move on to the internal links page, the internal sources that we can use for our blog post. Now, don't worry too much about this if you haven't got a bunch of content in here already. This is going to help connect your article to other relevant content that you've already created. But in this case, we actually don't have that much created already. So we're just going to skip. But if you did, you can actually create data collections like individual app links or tools, or link to other blog posts that you've created elsewhere. And then you can have it suggest what to include in your article if it's relevant. For now, we're going to skip. But external sources are different. External sources help you strengthen your article by linking to credible, authoritative sources. Authoritative. Can't really say it. Adding high quality external links that improves your SEO, building trust with readers. Okay, this we do want. Let's use one credit and find some sources for us. So here we go. We've actually got some duplicates brought in here, so we can actually remove these. Let's go 0 to 1 mastery, state of AI tools and coding. Okay, we like that one. We like the resources for learning to code. And we're just going to remove the duplicates and remove the ones that are specific to learning to code. And we're just going to go with these two. And now we're going to move on to the media. Now, two options in media. We have images and videos. We can use Article Hero to actually pull these in for us, or suggest them for us, which we can then use in our article. So for images, let's go with some good tools here. We're going to go with Replit. I don't think this is going to find images of that might be too specific. Maybe we go with, let's go with coding. Okay, so maybe we'll go with, this one. Maybe we'll go with this one. A man, you get the difference. A man sitting there and a woman sitting there. Okay, now we can see we've got these two images added to our image library, and we're going to do the same with video. Maybe we'll go with vibe coding to see if it can pick up some useful YouTube videos on this topic. Here we go. We've got one from Riley. I think this is actually a new video. AI coding masterclass from beginner to expert in 19 minutes. We've got Vibe Coder from the Code Report, and we'll pick one more, which is Vibe Coding Tips from Tom at Y Combinator Startup School. Perfect. Now we can see we've got 3 videos in our video library, which we can use to bolster our article. And next, we're going to go on to the section we've all been waiting for, which is write the actual article. Now is the time to have your article written. We will take the title, the key phrase, description, along with the competitor details, structure, internal and external links you define throughout the process. We'll work your article through our multi-step process to provide you with a strong first draft. From there, you can add, edit, and refine your article. Okay, we're going to choose our brand. If you did actually want to add any more context after you've been through this, you can add this at the end inside of this instructions input here. But for now, I'm going to press generate article content. Now, here is the progress screen. You can see this is broken down into various stages: first draft, analysis, second draft, third draft. Skip through the user-based instructions and internal sources, external sources, media added, and then complete. This is going to take a few minutes to compile because this is a multi-step process. It doesn't just give you the instantly written blog post that ChatGPT might, because it's way better, more comprehensive, and includes a lot more context. So I'm just going to let it run and we'll hop back as soon as it's ready. Okay, looks like we've got a complete article here. We've got a solid introduction. Shiny technology, we want to show you how vibe coding can turn digital products into something fun, easy to jump into, and open for anyone to join. Then we've got our sections with our media added here. We've got our linked URLs out. And yeah, this looks all pretty good. What matters most in vibe coding. We've got more media, and we've got our videos actually embedded. Again, another hyperlink. As AI coding tools become more common, groups will experiment with even more ways to riff together. Okay, we've got some stats in there, our other video, and on all the way through with a nice conclusion at the bottom. Now, there's some extra stuff that you can do here. If you wanted to do a couple of checks on it, you could run an AI detector check to check your article's human to AI ratio. You can do the plagiarism detector for a couple of credits too. We could show the sources that we use, both internal and external. We didn't use any internal, obviously. We can show the media that we used. And also this has version control too. So let's say you're working on it, but you didn't, let's say I added another bullet point. We can go save. And now we've got another version here. So you've got a full track of changes which you can go back to and actually restore the previous version, which is really nice. Obviously, you can just type directly into the article to add or change something. You can press add a new section with AI to help or to ask AI to write an entirely new section. In this one, it might be write a new section on Replit or a specific coding tool like Bolt or Lovable, etc. And you can ask AI to include that for you too, but we're just going to save it. If you want to regenerate it, say it's no good, you can regenerate it 4 credits here, but we are going to go to the next step, the final step, which is publish the article. And you've got a bunch of options here. You can either copy the formatted text in plain text, export it, copy the HTML directly to a clipboard to paste into a code editor maybe, or export the HTML. And we've got PDF and docx coming soon. So that's an overview of Article Hero. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough and look forward to seeing what content you create. Catch you on the next one.